G'day folks, here's the latest update from Great Chesterford Junction, and what we're looking at is the turntable end of the layout here, and I've quite simply just added a fascia on here. And of course with the fascia going on, it's meant that I've had to sort out a proper control panel for my turntable as well. I had a temporary thing there before, it's been there for longer than I care to remember, but it's all done now. So we'll have just a quick look at that. I think it's all fairly self-explanatory. This is continuous running for the turntable, and obviously this is momentary, and this dial here determines the speed that the turntable will rotate, and that's obviously the direction. I've got an LED indicator here to tell me that continuous is off, and when you flick it down it goes to green to tell me that continuous is on. And the reason for doing that is that it's quite easy. I used to run everything off this direction switch here, which was center off, and left went one way, right went the other way. Well, it's very easy to bump that switch, and next thing you know you turn around and your turntable's rotating. So now it takes a deliberate two actions to actually set the thing in motion. So if I do that now, it won't move unless that is in either of those positions. So yeah, it's a double hit to get it moving this time. Of course you could always accidentally just knock the momentary, but it's hardly going to move because I've got it set at a fairly slow speed. So if we set it now to go that way, and we'll put it on continuous, you can see the actual speed of the thing. It's quite slow actually. What we'll do is we'll come up a bit so you can see that. Yeah, there she goes. And it will actually go slower than that, but that's a good all-round speed to give you enough control to line up the rails when they get round to the exit roads, etc. This turntable doesn't have any sort of fancy linked up sort of interconnecting system where it will stop automatically at the exit road. What it takes is me lining the rails up accurately, and then I've got a locking mechanism over there to lock it in place when the loco is ready to move. Very similar to the real thing actually. So down here we've also got a purpose-made tool, and the role of this is to help with the locking and unlocking of the turntable. It's got a magnet in it and a little hook. Right, so if we bring the turntable around and line the rails up, now I'm just on the push button switch at the moment, and you can do fractional movements here. That's good enough I think, and then we just get our little tool to lift up the lock, slide that in, and then we'll get the controller for the train and just drive it off. So we'll just pull back a bit and we'll drive the loco off the turntable. Simple as that, folks. Along this top edge here to down to there, that's about 20mm. I'm going to put some brick paper along here on both sides of the board, and that will be a brick wall for the yard, for the loco yard. The panel has been done in the same theme as the control panels on the rest of the railway, and so it all sort of matches. So that's the logic behind it. Just as a matter of interest, you're probably wondering what the power source is for this system. And what I've got behind this speed controller here is an old-fashioned rheostat, they're called. It's like a big circular coil, a bit like the old early Triang sort of controllers, that sort of idea. And that's connected up to just an El Cheapo ordinary old-time variable transformer or train controller, actually a 12-volt one that you can dial in the acceleration on. So that's cut back a fair bit, probably halfway. I can't see the dial from here now, but I can pump in more power to this if I need to. But at the moment I've got it to this point here where it's crawling, and if I have it around here, well, nothing. It's dead. So you go from nothing to very, very, very slow to the crawling speed that you saw. But I can actually get a bit more out of it. I've got another 45 degrees worth of panel there to get some more speed out of it. Yeah, so that's what's involved. It's all very much old school. There's a geared motor behind here, and old bits and pieces of Meccano and rubber bands and chewing gum and brass failings. You never know what's under there, folks, but it all just works. And it's an old Daypole turntable. So that's the update. I'll leave you with it, and I'll catch up with you next time. Cheers, Gormo.